Welcome, welcome, welcome to Puttin on the Glitz. My name is Micah Green. I'm the Fine Arts Coordinator of Theater and Dance, and I want to welcome you here to the Center of Visual Performing Arts while we celebrate all of our leaders that you are. So we want to thank you so much for being here, and we want to welcome to the stage the one, the only, Dr. Tracie Brown.
I am incredibly proud and so happy to welcome you to Puttin on the Glitz. I want to say that none of this would be possible without a great senior team and a leadership development team who really has put forth so much effort this year. First, we have the incredible support of our superintendent, so I'd love for us to honor Dr. Marcelo Cavazos. And without Dr. C saying yes to all the ideas that I bring, we would not be here today. So thank you, Dr. C. We have an amazing senior leadership team. If you all could just stand so that we can acknowledge you. Thank you for your support, senior leadership team. Thank you all so much. And if you are a campus principal, assistant principal, dean, or any other campus level leader, please raise your hands real quick so we can acknowledge you. Thank you all so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you for supporting our work. Undoubtedly, tonight is a culmination of years of intentional work that we have put forth in making sure that we're developing leadership pathways to grow leaders like you in your current role or your aspiring role. And you are actually the reason for tonight. All of this is to honor you. So if you do me a favor and turn to your neighbor real quick and say, thank you for your leadership. Tonight is for you. Awesome. And it's about all of you tonight. When I look around this beautiful venue, I see teachers who are full of hope, who are committed, who are strongly determined to make a difference. I also see that I'm kind of underdressed, considering some of the sequins in the audience, but I see the future that each of you is shaping every single day and changing outcomes for our kids. So I want to say thank you personally. Thank you for your personal commitment to growth, for your passion for the work, and for your dedication to the team. So enjoy this night in front of us, knowing that your leadership is truly making a difference. We're so grateful for all that you do in our district, and we will continue to find meaningful and innovative ways to continue to grow you. So thank you so much. You all have a great evening.
As elementary campus principals, we were very excited to add the department lead position to our campuses last year. And of course, you know, with every position that's new, it's really evolved into something different, I think, at every campus. I just took that opportunity to grow my department leads in their leadership capacity, because that's something that you always want to do, right? Build your leaders from within. The department leads have really been able to lead that professional development specific to their subject area. And so they're the experts. Teachers can go to them because they're the ones that are in the classrooms actually working on the same content that they are. And so they're able to also give that perspective of that vertical lens that sometimes teachers don't always see. A lot of times our PD that is being run by our department leads, because they can give practical examples to the teachers. And so when you have a staff that changes, new content, new grade level, maybe just new teachers, department leads really take a hold of that and really do support the teachers. Because peer-to-peer, you're my colleague and you're able to assist me. The department leads really do assist them in all of that work. And so we've just been able to partner as a leadership team with our department leads and have them in those conversations so they know from that administrative lens what needs to happen in the classroom, so then they can communicate that effectively and also train teachers effectively to implement that in the classrooms. We have just been very excited to see the department lead position evolve into what it has become today.
The role of department lead is vital. These leaders unite the group of teachers who teach similar subjects on a campus. They create a common vision with the department and work together to get all teachers moving in the same direction in order to support all students. They do this through connecting the department and opening space to continue learning and growing about their content together.
Although the department lead has long been a fixture at our junior highs and high schools, this is only the second year we've had it at the elementary level. We're really happy tonight to honor our department leads, whether you're brand new, blazing a new trail, or whether you've been well established in your role for a while. So if you are a department lead, please stand up and be recognized.
I'm so grateful for the level lead position. At Nichols Junior High, we had a goal to build our capacity within our PLCs, and this position has really helped us do that a lot faster than we thought that we would. We were hoping that the role would really help to facilitate lesson planning and I&E, planning and delivery, and data meetings, and they have. They have really been using leadership moves that they've learned in the role, and with those moves, they've been able to influence the members of their PLC and make great gains. The teachers are invested in what we're doing and the work that the leads are leading, and we're seeing it. We're seeing it in student achievement. The impact of the level lead role has been so great on our campus, both at the teacher level and at the student level, and I'm very excited to see future growth.
As you guys know, our level leads are a really powerful, positive influence on their teams. Oftentimes, they're the first line of support for the teachers in our building, and we're so proud of the impact they make. Not only are they a kind, listening ear, but they also provide a soft place for people to land, and they still push us forward. They push teams forward by guiding things like long-term planning and lesson planning, and they are actually the key to building a cohesive PLC. You guys might be wondering who this dapper young man is next to me. This is Mr. Jacob Stainbrook from Sustain Ed. And this year, we've had the privilege to work with this nonprofit organization to help us collaborate with leaders across the district to figure out how to maximize the impact of our department and level leads as instructional leaders. Sustain Ed has been the ones that have been helping us to write training that helps our leads become as effective as possible. Thank you for being here to help us celebrate our teacher leaders.
Thank you so much, Ms. Estillette. Super excited to be here to share in this celebration and recognition of all the teacher leaders at Arlington ISD. In fact, it's amazing to think that there are over 800 level leads throughout the district. We want to take this moment to express our deep gratitude for all of the amazing work that you do, the impact that you have on students and teachers throughout the district. And if you are a level lead, would you please stand so you can be recognized?
And I mentioned a moment ago our training. We also have a handful of you in this audience that are also our teacher leader learning facilitators, also known as TLLF, or as Micah says, TULF. And these are oftentimes people who are classroom teachers, and they're either a level lead or department lead at the campus level, and now they're also leading at the district level, because they're coming and they're learning this training that's written centrally, and they're practicing it, and they're going out and presenting it to all of the level leads and department leads across the district. It's a big stretch. People are really stretching themselves out of their comfort zone, and we couldn't be prouder of this group of people. If you are a TLLF, a teacher leader learning facilitator, please stand so we can thank you.
I've been really impressed with the model teacher program here in Arlington ISD. We at Arlington High have been fortunate to have 4 of our own model teachers on campus, and just the way that they've developed and grown as leaders in terms of instruction and planning and working with others, but also in terms of being just a leader to other teachers. It's so important, and we know as administrators and teachers how important it is to hear from your peers when you're trying a new initiative or when you're charged with working through any new instructional practice. Here at Arlington High, we required our new teachers to visit model teacher classrooms as part of our new teacher training, and we have seen such quick growth from our brand new teachers. They are so appreciative to have kind of a built-in mentor that they know they can go to at any time. Even in discussions with those teachers, the language that they already know, the techniques that they already know, and how they're already thinking about their own growth has really been great to see this year. So thank you to all the model teachers here in Arlington ISD for the work that you do for our kids every day.
This year, we piloted the model teacher role. This role is developed by teachers and works to give educators the opportunity to see best teaching practices in action on their campus. Model teachers open their classrooms for others to observe and learn, and they work in partnership with instructional coaches to spread outstanding teaching practices throughout AISD.
We are so grateful to these model teacher pioneers who not only are supporting effective teaching and learning, but also are helping us develop this role in a way that serves our teachers and students most effectively. If you serve as a model teacher, please stand so we can celebrate you.
District lead teachers elevate teacher voices to help inform decisions. We have seen our DLTs rise in their leadership as they have captured the voices of all teachers through the teacher focus group. They are being called upon in more and more situations as the district continues to seek input on an increasing number of topics. I recently had the opportunity to collaborate with the district lead teachers as the district was seeking input on how to move forward with a project that could affect all teachers. This was a very complicated subject with several moving parts. Their tenacity and creativity throughout the process was appreciated and unmatched. They went the extra mile, and we could not have moved that work forward without them. This is an amazing group of educators. They take on a project and make it their own. Their hard work as district leaders does not go unnoticed, and I'm proud to be a part of a district that honors the work that they do in and out of the classroom. On behalf of the district, thank you to our district lead teachers for your collaborative spirit and for being role models for all of us.
District lead teachers elevate teacher voice by serving as teacher representatives to the district. The goal of the district lead teacher is to collect, analyze, and synthesize the input from teachers and share that input with district staff to highlight the teacher perspective.
This is accomplished through the district lead teachers leading focus groups and serving on district committees. They hold great responsibility in reflecting teacher perspectives.
We have 8 teachers who serve as district lead teacher. Thank you for providing important input to our district leaders. We are proud of your leadership and grateful for your service. If you serve as a district lead teacher, please stand and be recognized.
Everyone deserves a coach. The very best, whether they be athletes, musicians, business people, and especially teachers, deserve to be invested in. After all, coaching at its core is investing in someone to support them to grow to their full potential. Investing in teachers through coaching within the context of their roles and in alignment with their goals is a powerful way to improve student outcomes and keep amazing educators in education. The core work of ICs is coaching teachers through a one-on-one scheduled coaching sessions followed by support, observations, and feedback. This cyclical process supports teachers growing deeply in a way that maximizes their long-term growth, and ultimately, students benefit from the investment. On behalf of the district, I want to say thank you to all instructional coaches who have impacted our school community.
Instructional coaches wear many hats. One of their most important responsibilities is to support all teachers in continuing their growth by providing one-on-one coaching. They also support the teams of teachers as they collaborate in the professional learning communities. In addition, many of our instructional coaches closely monitor student learning trends, and facilitate the MTSS process to ensure all students are successful.
Our district has a strong belief that instructional coaching is the most powerful way to grow and develop teachers and ultimately impact student learning. And because of this belief, we worked really hard to make sure that every campus had this important resource available. If you are serving currently as an instructional coach, if you could please stand so that we could celebrate you.
We are looking forward to the National Board Mentor role being added to the teacher leadership pathway in coming years. This year, we started our first cohort of AISD teachers who desire to become a National Board Certified teacher. National Board certification is the most respected professional certification available in education. It was designed by teachers around the nation to develop, retain, and recognize accomplished teachers and support ongoing improvement in schools nationwide. As teachers in Arlington achieve National Board certification, they will be eligible to serve as mentors to future cohorts of teachers. We are so proud of the 10 AISD teachers who began the National Board process this year. If you are part of our first cohort of teachers, please stand so we can celebrate you.
Wow, it's been so humbling to have all of the Aspire AISD teacher leader roles here under one roof at one time tonight. We're so grateful for the work that you do. We know that you're a classroom teacher, that's not always easy, and you lead other adults, and that's definitely not always easy. So we really thank you for your commitment that you show. We know that you have a service heart. You wouldn't be doing this for any other reason but to serve your peers, and we really do want to show gratitude for that. Thank you so much. Now, during tonight's program, you might have heard, I saw some faces even, you might have heard or seen about some teacher leadership roles that you didn't even know existed. Did you see that? There were some that were like, what is that? What is a mentor teacher? What is a district lead teacher? Well, you might have been thinking, oh, that might be my next starring role. Or you might have been thinking, hey, there's that person, that really quiet person on my team. They've been really showing some leadership potential. I might encourage them to apply for one of these positions. So know that, and later this spring, applications for all of the Aspire AISD teacher leadership roles open. So watch out for communications from our Aspire AISD intranet site, through communications of our Outlook groups, and then communication through your principal. We'd love to see you come back in these roles or other roles, and then to encourage your peers to serve as well.
Thanks to the vision and support of Dr. Brown, Dr. Wurtz, and Dr. Cavazos, in Arlington, we are fortunate to have this robust teacher leadership pathway. At this time, I invite Dr. Cavazos to bring a word of celebration to you for all of your leadership accomplishments.
This is really humbling. This evening tonight brings great joy to me and to everyone in this room. I want to start by thanking and recognizing Micah and his hair. Micah, would you just give him a round of applause? It's not easy being Micah, and he does it so well. I also want to just take a moment to ask that our principals who were able to make it, if you would please stand, and I want to thank the principals tonight as well. Thank you. Thank you. You know, they never get any recognition. They don't eat lunch, I don't know. Well, they tell me they don't eat lunch, I don't know. But anyway, thank you, principals. Thank you for those of you who could make it tonight. Appreciate you. And teachers, it has been a long road for us to develop this type of program where we distribute the leadership. Leadership that's concentrated doesn't really work very well. It has to be distributed. So we distribute it with principals, assistant principals, but what a joy when leadership is distributed with teachers. Because you, as you already know, you have the greatest impact on students more than anybody else in this district. It's teachers. You are the ones that make the biggest difference in a student's life. And yeah, so round of applause to you. Now, there's some close seconds, principals and all these other people, right? Administrators. Eventually you get to a superintendent. But the people, eventually, like long, but the people who make the difference with our teachers, with our students, are our teachers. And I've often said, I tell new teachers, I say, look, it's without dispute. The research is very clear. The most significant factor in a student's life and learning and achievement is a classroom teacher. You know, we argue about research and, hey, coffee's good for you, coffee's not good for you, and all this kind of stuff. I always think coffee's good for you. I've been drinking coffee forever. But this research is clear and hasn't changed. The teachers make the biggest difference in a child's life. And so with that weight of the world that you have now, you not only get to do that, but you get to lead other teachers who have the same responsibility. What a blessing. What a blessing that we have you in Arlington ISD. We need a few more teachers, so if you know friends, bring them to Arlington. But we're not going to get into that, but I don't miss any opportunity to recruit a little bit more. Tell them how great it is and all that, and that there's no construction going on at Arlington High. Don't worry, it's all good, you know. Anyway, but that is significant, and that's what I reflect on tonight as we celebrate you. You know, I saw that Foster Elementary, they were a little late, but we're not going to say that they were late because that's not nice. That's not my point with Foster, pointing them out. The only part I was trying to say, where is Foster, by the way? Okay, yeah, all right. Don't get too excited because, no. The only thing I was going to say is that they were a little late. I was still out there in the red carpet and stuff. And they drive up, they come in a limo. And it was the biggest, I'm not exaggerating, the biggest limo I've seen in a while. And the door opened like this, not like this. Is that right? I'm not exaggerating. And so they came in and it was a big to-do, right? The auditor would like to speak to the principal. Some other day, not today. No, I'm kidding. That's a little joke. Don't worry, Foster, come to work tomorrow, don't worry. Okay, so the driver hands me a PO. I'm like, what? No. No, they knew somebody that knew somebody that knew somebody, and this is how they get a limo. Okay, but this is special to me because it brings so much joy where you've had, as Micah said earlier, you've had a long day teaching, and many of you, you know, if you're principal, et cetera, you've had a long day, and yet you made time and you could be here with us tonight so that we could take a little moment to celebrate you and to thank you sincerely for all the work that you do every single day. And I get to do the Teacher of the Month and go surprise the teacher. Has anybody been the Teacher of the Month here? If you haven't, we've missed you somehow. Yeah, okay, yeah, and it's fun, and I always ask the students, it's only one a month, I can't do all of you, but I always ask the students as I go into the classroom, I say to the students, whether they're pre-kinder, a little challenging, or junior high, more challenging, or high school, not as challenging, but I ask them the same question. I ask the students the same question. First, I recognize the teacher. If you've been part of this, you know, and we surprise them, we come in, I recognize them, thank them, etc. And the teacher is like, okay, you know, thank you, but I'm trying to teach. We ignore that. We just pretend she's not looking at me like that way. And I ask the students, I have a question for you, and this is the way I have a question for you, and I'll take as many responses as I get hands. And my question is, why do you love your teacher? And every level, I'm not exaggerating, every level, junior high is a little harder sometimes, but every level, they raise their hand. I was at Lamar High School yesterday, freshman, biology. No, I'm kidding, biology is fun. And I asked them and they raised their hand. And what they say is affirming to the teacher, and it's what every student would say to you, whether you've taught before, you're teaching now, or you're coaching now, etc. And they say to the teacher that I love you because you see me. One of the most powerful ones at Arlington High with It's not wood shop, but thank you. Look like wood shop. No, I'm kidding. Principles of construction. Anyway, was that the student said that he sees me for who I am, and he appreciates me for who I am and what I bring to the school. And the assumption is that maybe not everybody does that for him, but this teacher did. And the little ones are, oh my gosh, she's the best in the whole world. I'm like, wow, the whole world. And I asked them twice, are you sure the whole world? And yes, the whole world. And others that you just help us, you see us, you love us, you support us, you teach us. We understand in your classroom more than we understand other classrooms. You stay after school, you care about us. You really want to know how we're doing every day. These are the words of students. And this is a reflection of you and what you bring to this profession and to Arlington ISD. Those are not words that we write down. Those are just on the spot. I ask them, and it's natural. And you experience that. They may not tell you that every day. They may not tell you that most of the year. But they don't tell you that every day. But this is the love that they have for you, and this is the love we have for you as well, and I have for you. And I'm just so proud of that. So, last little story, and then I'm going to stop because I don't have a script, and nobody told me how much time. But you need to go home. There's a lot of food, by the way. Micah didn't eat it all. But so I'll tell you a little story. I went to school. The teacher may be here, but don't raise your hand. Don't point. Just let me, pretend you're not here. But I went to school, and I was elementary. And I'm walking down the hall, because I like to walk down the hall and kind of stop and, hey, how's it going, and all that kind of stuff. And the principal was walking with me, and at the end of the hallway was a group of, I think, second graders. And, they're wonderful little second graders. And they were, like, coming out of the room and then going back in at the door. Like, I think it was time to go to the bathroom or something. So it was, popping their head out and all that. And then they kind of popped their head out, and then 3 or 4 more came out, and they saw me coming with the principal down the hall. And the principal was talking, about a lot of things. I don't remember what. No, I'm kidding. That's a joke. No. They were talking about all the wonderful things happening in the school. But I remember pausing and yes and this, and the little kids are coming out, and they're coming out at the end. And as I get closer, more of them come out. I don't know where the teacher was. I'm sure she was busy somewhere. But no, she appeared when so finally they just couldn't stand it anymore. I think they were either going to go to lunch or whatever. They come out and they say, oh my God, it's Joe Biden. And I'm like, really? Really? I said, by the way, I'm 3 Joe Bidens, by the way. But, and yeah, we were walking slow and all that, but then come on, And so we get closer, and boy, they just disappeared. I don't know where they went, but they went back into the classroom like, shoop, and then they come out in a line. And this was not very far, so I'm like, wow, that's pretty good. Good recovery from the teacher. And every one of them, hi, Dr. Cavazos, hi, Dr. Cavazos, hi, Dr. C, hi, Dr. C. And I'm like, really? Yeah. This is what you get to experience every day. I have to sit in meetings and all this other stuff. But anyway, no, so I tell you that because you have that blessing to work with the future of this country and this world. And you are beyond appreciated. There's not words, there's not prizes we can give you, just beyond appreciation and the joy that you bring to me, to the school district, to all of us. You take care of each other more than we will ever know. More than we will ever know. And I just encourage you to continue the good work, bring others along, continue to grow and learn. You've made a commitment to that. And we see you, we appreciate you, and I sincerely love you. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of our program, and we want to give special thanks. So if you please, we'll just look at the screen, and I want a huge round of applause for all of these people. You can read all the names and all the supports. And there's one department that I really feel like needs to get a special shout out because they're the reason why this is all here and they put this together. They have been working on this painstakingly for a very long time. And we want to give a huge round of applause to our leadership development team for putting this evening together. All right, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow's Friday. Go have a great Friday, have a great weekend, and thank you for being the amazing people that you are. Good night, everybody.